Hello and welcome to the Metroidvania Review official stream. This is Hollow Knight Part 4, and I have here with me today, Nick.
Hey, who were you again?
Did I say, did I say Professor Q?
No, I was making a joke because we haven't been around for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, that's true. No, it was just 1 week. Or at least I only missed 1 week.
Well, I mean, the Hollow Knight.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, this is Hollow Knight Part 4. Well, we said at the beginning of this that we would take breaks to do demos and things, so...
I'm not complaining.
That sounds like complaining to me, Nick. Wow, this place is really...
about my complaining.
I
I had completely forgotten about where we were.
My map is updating, and I don't know why.
Wait a minute, we forgot it's 90s week.
Yeah, it is 90s week. I didn't forget. I just haven't started it yet.
Oh, you should have opened 90s style.
Whoa! It's the extreme Hollow Knight stream! We got a rap. It's like, it's the Hollow Knight stream, and you know what I mean. We're gonna kill bugs and maybe some slugs. That's about as good as...
Terrible raps are part of the 90s.
It is. Well, the white people rap, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was part of the 90s. That was a very dumb part of the 90s, but it's hilarious at the same time.
Remember the polka rap?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Of course, that wasn't really... Was that 90? Yeah, I guess that was
1998, 90s. I think, is when Pokemon became a thing. Like, 98 seems like when everything happened.
Yeah, it really is. 98 was kind of a magical time. StarCraft, Half-Life.
So many things happened that day.
Did,
pass.
Was Final Fantasy VII 98?
I think Final Fantasy VII was literally 1997. Sorry, I'm just going to check to make sure everything's working on the stream. I know that this doesn't really work when we're on YouTube, but...
Oh, yeah, January 97.
The stream seems to be working okay, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's get going. Hopefully we have some people come in today. I like having conversation. We don't have a map for this area.
Don't worry, I'm here.
How am I... Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're here, Nick. How am I supposed to find where I am when my map isn't working? This game is a 2 out of 5 because the map is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And non-existent. Hey, where are my little buggies? Did I not equip my bugs? I must
gather
have.
bugs?
Yeah, the gather bugs. I must still be in boss fight mode. That's what happens when
wow.
we stop playing for a week.
I looked at Vagrant Story because I thought it was 97, 98. No, it was 2000. That was an incredibly late game for the PlayStation.
Yeah, it's surprising what games actually hit that 2000 threshold. Like, Pokemon Snap, I think, is like 2000.
Oh, that's shocking. I would have put that in the
mid-90s.
Late 90s.
Yeah, late 90s, mid-90s. Yeah, you have to remember that the N64 kind of crossed over into that 2000 era. Like, as soon as 2000 hits, you're like, oh, yeah, that's GameCube, PlayStation 2 era. But no, that didn't start until, like, 2002. Or at least not start in earnest. There's always that, like, first year that a game system comes out where there's no games, and it's hilarious.
Oh, man, I found it. I found the Square JRPG that came out in 1998, which is what I've been fishing around for. Can you guess what it is?
Final Fantasy VIII?
Nope, it's Xenogears.
Oh, well, there you go. Xenogears is good. Xenogears is extremely good, and unfortunate that apparently it had some budget issues.
Oh, also in 1998, Parasite Eve.
Oh, yeah. That game was... I played that game a lot.
I think it was... I feel like it was an innovative step in a direction that games didn't really go.
It was, and for some reason, nobody's done it, like, since.
Yeah, and Parasite Eve and Vagrant Story, while they're very different, obviously, have somewhat similar mechanics that I feel like they shared.
Yeah, they were kind of the same thing.
But it was kind of like a creativity dead end, which is interesting.
Yeah. So Grokken says, good years for Square. Almost every year was a winner, and that is true. That was Square's golden age, and I don't think that they've ever quite captured it since.
Yeah, really, as they pushed their way into the 2000s, they became increasingly obsolete.
Yeah, they did.
Well, of course, they also became a publisher and started publishing everything from, Deus Ex to, what? Lara Croft games.
Yeah, Tomb Raider.
Yeah, so
welcome, Daydreamer80. Or welcome, Daydreamer80. I don't mean to make sure that gets out there. Also, welcome, Grokken. I did not say hello.
Oh, no, man. We need Daydreamer 90s.
By the way, I wanted to talk about these things feel like that they should like spit like goo at me or something, or like little worms should come out of them.
Well. Not all enemies need to be horrible down here.
So when talking about the 90s, I wanted to kind of stray away from video games because we talk about video games basically the entire time we play this. I wanted to just talk about what it's like to grow up in the 90s, and I want to specifically say what it's like to grow up in the 90s, what it was like to grow up in the 90s in the United States Southwest, in Arizona specifically where we were, because we can't speak for everyone, especially since we have people from Europe and other places watching this stream. So I wanted to clarify that, but I thought it would be interesting to talk about just life outside of video games. X-Files. Oh, the X-Files.
Good old X-Files. Okay, wait, we're going to tie this back in. This is going to be brilliant. So those little worm guys, what do you think would be their favorite movie of 1990?
Of 1990?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay,
Alien?
I'm gonna give you three options. Either their top movie is Goodfellas, Total Recall, or Dances with Wolves.
Oh, Total Recall would be my guess. So real quick, I just noticed this and I think it's cool. So this part we have to use the crystal launch, right? And they just put a crystal here to kind of like mark it and make it memorable, and I think that's neat. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Off we go. Total Recall, that's the one that had like the weird aliens and stuff, right?
Yeah, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's Get Your Bleep to Mars.
Get Your Bleep to Mars. Oh, that's the one that nobody knows what the true ending is. Like, did he actually succeed at the end, or was it all a dream?
Oh yeah, was it all just part of... I thought that was clever.
It was clever.
When they left, things up to question in movies.
No, I think that's great.
And then they remade Total Recall, and it was not great.
Did they remake it? Why did they do that?
They did. I mean, it's been totally forgotten because of how forgettable and bad it was.
That's funny. Why would you... I don't think that remakes are funny. I think that more than 70% of the time they end up just being an embarrassment. Not just worse than the original, but like an embarrassment.
Yeah, it feels like that's a monkey paw situation most of the time.
Right. Like all of those, Disney remakes. Have been
those are
kind of.
But the thing is, they still make money.
Yeah, no, that is. They make billions of dollars, so I guess that's what it is. You just print money. That's it. We made money on it before. All we have to do is just remake it, and then we're done.
And they're right.
Anyway, that's a tangent. So, growing up in the 90s.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you look at the key changes that have taken place between when we started high school in 1998, which I wonder if there's a connection between how we glorify the year 1998 and the fact that's when we both went into high school. So, like,
could be.
Peak pop culture was when we were kind of waking up to pop culture in general.
Could be. I mean, talking specifically about video games, there were some great games that came out in 1998.
True. I mean, there's a couple of years where it was... I feel like the year that BioShock came out was another, like, renaissance year for games. Like, a ton of really innovative games came out the same year as BioShock.
That's true.
Obviously not in the 90s, but... Although, there was a BioShock in the 90s, and it was called System Shock.
Yes.
And we're talking about video games again because we literally can't stop ourselves.
I was about to say.
Ages ago, I just hope my manners haven't left me. You've no doubt sensed my affluence. You're right to guess I'm a renowned amongst the upper caste of Hollownest. Well, I was, once, until those cretins cast me out. Have you met them, my former followers? That's them outside, their bodies shabbling around, mindless and empty, and I'm still alive to witness their pathetic demise. I'm so happy. Fate can be a wonderful thing.
What a weird lady. Oh, we can go out this way.
I like you randomly chose to do the voice of the old lady, even though you haven't done that for any of the other characters.
That's the voice she has.
What voice?
What the? I want to get out of here. Oh.
You need to do voices for all of the enemies now, too. Why are you hitting me?
Yeah, what kind of music did we like in the 90s, Nick?
Oh, well, here, let's get away from video games. Q, what kind of music did you like in the 90s?
I actually did not, I was not a music person. Most of the music I listened to was what other people were listening to. I didn't, develop my own sense of taste. I think if I had any biases, I'd say that techno, but as soon as I say that, it's like, oh, you... I like specific songs. I don't know if I could say that I like specific genres.
Yeah, when I was in high school, especially early high school, my taste in music was definitely shaped by my parents, mostly, which was predominantly classic rock from the 60s, 70s, and maybe early 80s.
Yeah.
It really wasn't until I got into college that I developed my own taste in music, which really just became a later version of what my parents were, kind of. I got into folksy type music. But yeah, in high school, I guess high school was mostly I just listened to Weird Al because I was a huge nerd.
I wouldn't say that Weird Al was my favorite music, but I did enjoy listening to Weird Al because he's funny.
They Might Be Giants we listened to.
Yeah, Coldplay was one that I think a lot. Was that even in the 90s though, or was that the 2000s? Am I getting that completely wrong? Anyway, people like Coldplay in our group, I think. Good morning, MAR. Whoops. I'm getting way too into the conversation and not enough into the surviving.
Coldplay was formed in London, England in 1996.
Oh, okay, so they did start in the 90s. My brother really liked Jewel. He listened to her a lot. And now I know Jewel is the person who sometimes sings nursery rhymes that my kids listen to.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she has a Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
What she branched into?
I don't know if she branched into it or if she just did an album or something.
It's like the music artist version of a author suddenly writing nothing but young adult novels.
Right. Children nursery rhymes, easy stuff. Or nursery songs.
Everybody wants to be the next Baby Shark.
How do you be the next Baby Shark? It's just viral success.
That's classic lightning in a bottle.
Isma's Grove, where we can get the acid swimming power. I don't remember. Is that a charm? Or is that something that just works? I think it's something that just works.
Oh, man. Rick and Morty must have copied Hollow Knight when they made that episode.
What's that?
Oh, there's an episode of Rick and Morty about swimming in acid.
Oh. Isma's Tear. So one thing I wanted to talk about was not having smartphones and how much different things are now.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to say. I feel like the two things that really distinguish the 90s from the 2000s were smartphones and obviously the internet was around in the 90s, but it was
different.
Yeah, it was not the same.
And very noisy.
It was the GeoCities internet.
Oh, gosh. GeoCities. Or the old, you go to a website and they're like, it's their first time making a website, so it looks horrible to the eyes and it has GIFs everywhere. And
yeah, MediaFire.
Yes.
And back then, when the top browser was Netscape.
I agree, it does have some charm to it. It's I don't know, it's like children.
It was, honestly, I'm not making fun of it. In a lot of ways, the internet back then was better. A lot of the toxic things that have developed out of the internet weren't around yet.
Yeah, social media wasn't really a thing. Although AOL message boards have been around since the beginning of AOL.
True.
My mom actually used to work for AOL, so I'm trying to think. I think the best way out of here is to go through that ladies' room. So let's go do that.
Is AOL even still around?
I don't know. I think that there's a bunch of old people that still use AOL.com email. And I think there might be some people out there that still pay the fee.
Oh, apparently they still have a website.
Yeah.
and their top news article is that The Good Witch has been canceled after a 13-year run. That's a show I've never heard of.
Well, you gotta cater to your audience. That sounds like something on like Lifetime or something.
Let's see. Oh, it's it's on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, okay, that's what I meant. Hallmark Channel.
Wait, is that what Lifetime turned into?
I don't know. I know old people, and that's their favorite channel is the Hallmark Channel.
Well, yeah, they probably love The Good Witch.
Probably after 13 years. That's
I wonder if she's actually a witch.
Well, whatever she is, she's good.
Also, she wasn't around in the 90s, so we don't care about her.
You're protecting a grub? This is the grub hub. Let's get out of here before I die. Ah, the door's shut. I didn't notice until like I'm not going through the door. Yeah, I guess they just didn't want me doing that. I'm just gonna probably die
These guys have
at this
so
point.
much health.
Yeah, I'm not really playing very well either. Doesn't help. Oh gosh. Nope. He also does 2 damage. The worst part about it is now I have to go back and talk to him.
So do you remember the first cell phone that you ever got? Obviously not in the 90s.
Flip phone, yeah.
It's funny because the 90s just kind of bleed into the early 2000s.
What the heck is that? You were hiding behind the foreground objects, which is something I can complain about in this game. Foreground objects, they're cool looking, but they get kind of annoying sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
They do it a lot in these kind of games, though.
I mean, I think if used sparingly, it works.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's atmospheric.
I always liked... One of my favorite things about this game is that random mobs, there's a reason to stop and fight them because it refills your mana pool. So not only do you get money, you get basically health back.
Yeah, actually is a good point. There's a couple of games that I play that I just skip enemies even if they give me level ups or whatever.
Yeah.
The money's nice too. You know, I was supposed to change my terms and I just keep forgetting. Probably driving people crazy.
Next time you sit down.
Yeah. I think I'm just too focused on getting my souls back at this point. But we got Isma's tier, so now we can go do Emperor's New Groove. Because that's the name of the witch in Emperor's New Groove is Isma.
Oh. You know, I have never seen Emperor's New Groove.
You haven't seen Emperor's New Groove? It's a funny movie.
I know, everybody loves it.
It's like I don't know, it's like a...
Is that a Disney movie?
It is.
That's a really weird Disney movie.
Yeah, it is. I think it was like right after the Disney Renaissance. Speaking of Disney Renaissance, those were huge in the 90s.
Yeah, let's see, what were the Disney movies in the 90s?
It's the John Mulaney joke there. The teachers, when they show movies in class, it's because they got drunk the night before and have a hangover and they don't want to deal with the children.
Why is John Mulaney giving away our secrets?
So wait, you're saying that The Emperor's New Groove was originally supposed to be a serious story? That's interesting. That's funny because I like that movie.
Oh, yeah. No, that's definitely... I mean, if you're going to cast David Spade...
I tried to show it to my kids, and they did not like it.
I think they maybe need to be a little bit older.
I was noticing that a lot of that show is very based on, like, the dialogue.
Oh, my gosh. So I typed in, 90s Disney movies, and the first thing to pop up was Heavyweights, which was a Ben Stiller comedy with kids. It was a kid, camp comedy. But the gimmick was they were all overweight and they went to a camp to lose weight. I feel like they wouldn't make a movie like that anymore.
What?
Here, let me get the synopsis here.
I'm gonna go to the train station so I can get the bench.
Oh man, 1995. Oh wow, this is horrible. Okay, so the description of this movie. Plump kids are lured into joining a posh fat camp with the promise of quick weight loss and good times, only to find that the facility is a woodland hellhole run by a psycho ex-fitness instructor.
Oh my gosh. What the heck?
And Ben Stiller basically being the same character that he was in Dodgeball.
That's the 90s Disney movie that came up. That's not what I think of when I think of 90s Disney movies.
Well, no, but then we have like Hercules in 1997.
I'm gonna grab this.
Oh, wow. Here's The Prince of Egypt, which nobody talks about.
Nostalgia critic will, but that's his job, is to do that.
Oh man, another gold movie from 1998, A Bug's Life.
Now we can go super fast. Oh man, A Bug's Life. I never liked that movie. It was like one of the few Pixar movies that I was just like kind of bored of.
It's one of those movies where you ever notice that movies come out in pairs? So like A Bug's Life came out in 1998, and so did the movie Ants. They both. Or like there was a. Actually, this happened a lot in the 90s. There was a volcano movie. One was called
Disaster Movie.
Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones, and then another one was called like something Peak, like Dante's Peak, with Pierce Brosnan, and they were both volcano movies.
Speaking of Peak, we're gonna head to Crystal Peak now.
Oh man.
Yeah, there are a lot of. They always like. I know what you're saying, and then the Ninja Turtles movie came out, and there's like a whole bunch of kids movies, like Three Ninjas and stuff that came out.
Oh yeah, like ninja movies. Yeah, they always. But I feel like they always come out the same year, so it's not like one movie is trying to just. Oh yeah, Two Meteor, Deep Impact, and Armageddon both came out.
Yeah. I think it's that these people talk to each other is why.
Well, yeah, it's Hollywood is obviously very interconnected, but
yeah.
It's just an interesting phenomenon that I feel like you don't see quite as much nowadays.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy one of these because I need to start getting health. Oh, only the eye. We can't not have a full health without the skull. Anyway, let's go clear out Crystal Peak now that we have all the movement upgrades. Why am I walking? Why would I walk? I could fly.
Oh wow, in 1996 we had the live-action 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close, predicting Disney's future.
Yeah, there was two Meteors hit movies, the Armageddon and Deep Impact was the other one.
Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Was that also in the 90s? That was Michael Bay before he became what he is now.
Huge. Yeah. Let's see, what year was Armageddon?
Before Shia LaBeouf ruined everything with his creepy...
Armageddon was 1998.
I can't make Shia LaBeouf jokes without messing it up. There's that song with Shia LaBeouf that's hilarious.
Shia LaBeouf. I heard he's a real cannibal.
Yeah, he's... Yeah, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Actual cannibal.
That was not 90s. That was early 2000s.
Oh no, that wasn't even early 2000s. That was Shia LaBeouf was only like a kid in the early 2000s.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and rest on the bench.
It's on Even Stevens.
Even Stevens. Those are like... Oh, so you remember TGIF?
I do. So, for those that weren't around in the 90s...
He's back.
Every Friday night, you could tune into... What was it, CBS? Oh yeah, this is the second fight. It's way harder.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. It's a good thing I slept on the bench. All right, I actually have to try right now, so we're going to do that. Oh, he does 2 damage a pop, too. Crazy. I guess I'll go back to my fighting build.
So what was your favorite TGIF show?
Oh, probably. There was one called, like, Brothers Keeper or something. It was about a football player who like got drunk at a game or something, and nobody heard about it because it only lasted for like
I was gonna say I don't remember that
7 episodes, but I thought it was a clever premise. Like his brother was like a loser. Let's see what we're doing here. I don't think
so. TGIF shows included such mainstays as was Full House part of TGIF early on? I feel like it was.
I
Then,
know that Family Matters was.
Yeah, Family Matters definitely was. And then there was Step by Step. These were all like family situation comedies.
Yeah. Oh no, I have to fight my own soul while...
Oh, yeah. That's weird. Normally they put it slightly outside of the room.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that. I wasn't expecting that. I guess I'm out of magic. I thought I had magic.
Yeah, you probably need to build up...
Oh, his shell on the top doesn't take damage. That's what my problem is. So you can't pogo jump this guy.
And then...
I was going to say, when we first fought this guy, I'm like, this guy's easy. Way easier than I remembered. That's why, is because this guy is the...
You're remembering the second form.
Yes.
I think you might be able to lure your ghost out.
Maybe. I might try that because it is distracting me from the fight. Alright, we got this. I should probably gather more health. The reason why I'm up here, though, is because there's that pure ore at the top of the peak. And I only went this way because I'm like, oh, this is up. Did I ever get the map here? I did get the map here. Okay, let's see if I can lure. Hey, come on. It'd be nice if you gave me some soul with that. Not that I actually need this geo. If I lost this geo, I would not cry.
Oh, I typed in TGIF because I wanted to see what other shows were included in TGIF.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
It pulled up the... Oh, yeah, it did have Sabrina. That show was fun. It pulled up... So you know the restaurant TGIF?
Oh, nice.
Except now it's not that. It's actually, apparently, its real full name is TGI, and then the word Fridays written out.
Oh, okay.
Which
I wonder if that was a...
I'm kind of surprised they're still around.
What?
Although I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler where I actually live. Apparently, in the area where I live, the only TGI Fridays within 50 miles are both in Tijuana. So, apparently TGIF is not doing very well.
At least not where you're at. I think I did pretty good this time. I think we got this.
That's really interesting. So they closed all the ones in SD, but there's still 2 in TJ.
So yeah,
you know, if I was nostalgic at all for that place, I'd go check it out. But I'm not, because their food was terrible.
Let's continue the Pogs conversation. Describe what Pogs.
Oh man, Pogs. Pogs was kind of like
or the Macarena
of the '90s.
Yeah, they're like the fidget spinners. I don't understand how they even started. Like, somebody needs to do some research on that and make a video about it because.
Well, it was.
I'm sure that it exists.
Yeah, offhand, I know it had something to do with Hawaii. Like, it was a game in Hawaii, and then it spread. It's interesting how things like that, how there can be viral things like Pogs.
That was the thing. One of the reasons why I want to talk about this. But yeah, before the internet.
I mean, the internet was around, obviously, in the 90s, and I'm sure there were plenty of Pog websites, but...
Well, we didn't have the same level of communication, and yeah, there was the internet, but like... It must have been magazines that spread these things, because I was just thinking about things like the Pokemon rumors and stuff that we would talk about.
Yeah, well, video game magazines were huge. Like,
yeah.
Speaking more of the 90s, like, I was subscribed... Early on, my dad was subscribed to Nintendo Power. So I had for years the very first Nintendo Power, the one with the weird claymation Mario on the front. I actually had a copy of that, and I could not tell you what happened to that.
Well, somebody's probably made some money off of it at this point.
Oh, it was pretty beat up, if I remember. But I had like a complete set of Nintendo Power.
I think you can get those on archive now, like somebody scanned them into PDF.
Oh, I'm sure.
This boss is actually really easy, and I'm making it way harder on myself than I need to. I need to just not try and heal during the fight, because he does 2 damage anyway, so there's no point in trying to heal. And just focus on dodging.
This is basically a dream fight without being a dream fight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're kind of wrecking house now.
Well, yeah, like, once I started focusing on actually just paying attention to the telegraphs and not thinking about my health, it wasn't a big deal.
He was probably like, no, think about TGIF more.
It is a little bit distracting. That was the other, like I was saying, though, is that there's so many rumors that, like, apparently everybody knew about. But how? Like, how did it happen? Was it just some guy's uncle who drove from town to town? I was like, hey, guys, I heard that if you push the truck, it makes a mew or whatever. That's a bad example,
yeah.
but
Or like, how did we all figure out about secret number?
Secret number.
The glitch in Pokemon that let you capture.
Oh, missing number, yeah.
The missing number, yeah.
That seems like
that had to be it. It had to be in magazines.
That seems like a pretty good magazine thing. But even just like jokes that children would tell each other.
Wait, I read a little article about, that graphic that's it's like an S and an 8 and it like curves around on itself.
Yeah.
That's been around since like the 60s apparently, and no one can figure out its original source. It's just people in middle school and high school have been writing that on their trapper keepers and carving that into desks for the better part of 50 years.
Okay, so it's just a matter of people just seeing it and then figuring out how it works.
Yeah. And apparently it's like worldwide, so I'd be interested if people, our viewers from Europe, remember or even know what we're talking about, the little like angular S that people would draw.
But a lot of things went viral, like Pogs went viral, that S went viral, and then there was the Macarena. You remember the Macarena?
When was the Macarena? Was that 90s?
I remember the teachers in elementary school, it had to have been the 90s because we were in elementary school at the time when it was popular, but they would stop class and it's like, let's learn the Macarena, and then it lasted
we were watching that on YouTube.
What's that?
We were watching that on YouTube.
No, we weren't, of course. Were you watching the Macarena on YouTube?
Well, I'm sure you could now, but we weren't back.
Yeah, we couldn't have done it back then.
Until 2000. YouTube always blows me away at how late. Like in my head, YouTube's been around for as long as I can remember, but that's not true. It's from 2007 or something. Like it's a lot later than you would think.
Yeah, before people would download videos from like Flash websites and stuff. Okay, so Grokken says that he read an article of where the S came from. I'd be interested to see.
Oh, somebody did figure out where it came from.
Interesting. I wonder if it's true. Sometimes
yeah.
people will say that they know things that they're just making it up. But you know what? It's probably about as good as any other information you can find on the subject. So
YouTube was founded February 14th, 2005. So we were 3 years out of high school before YouTube became a thing.
Yeah. There were videos being spread around on the internet, though. I remember that.
There was like albino black sheep.
Or the car commercial with the jump scare at the end.
Car with the jump scare?
You don't remember that one? You could probably find it on YouTube today.
Can I just Google car jump scare?
Yeah. Just YouTube car jump scare commercial and you'll find it. You should watch it while we're playing the stream and then scream and completely play it up like you're actually jump scared.
Is it just a car driving down like a green lined road?
Yep. Yeah, just watch that.
All right, I'm gonna watch this.
I'm sorry, Anime This is gonna be while I feel old to stream, as long as we keep talking about this stuff.
Nice and relaxing. This is great. Oh wow, that really was just a straight up jump scare, wasn't it?
That's awesome.
What was that a commercial even?
Well, I don't even think it was a commercial, but that was super viral back in the day.
You know what that reminds me of was the old Flash game where you had to move your mouse through the maze, and if you got too close to the margins, you'd reset, so you were real focused in on keeping it nice and steady. And then in like the second level, there's a jump scare.
Yeah, I remember that one too. It's very similar. I think it was spread around the same time. Pale ore. I am tempted to jump off this cliff. I'm going to do it.
Grauken posted, according to Swedish YouTuber David, I'm not going to try, better known as I'm not going to try, studied the topic for 5 years and attempted to find the origin of the universal S. He concluded, I think this is the guy I read about. This isn't 100%. This is the best he could come up with. He concluded that the 1890 book Mechanical Graphics was written by Professor Frederick Newton Wilson, was the most likely origin. But 1890, that's pretty wild.
I did not know you could Jedi deflect these things just now.
Do you think Frederick Newton Wilson went to the local high school and he was like, "Hey guys, I've got something that's gonna blow your mind"?
I don't know. Well, okay, so there was the another thing that was a very '90s thing was the where the sidewalk ends books, like those poems, like the Slither the Slither D. Yeah, the Slither D comes out of the sea. He's gonna eat everybody, but he won't eat me or whatever.
Oh man, that's classic.
That guy, yeah. So those got passed around the library. So if it came from a Swedish graphic design book, that's exactly the type of thing a kid's just gonna check out from the library, right?
I would think.
That's exactly the type of things that they like checking out. So I could totally see that being plausible, if not exactly where it came from. So
would not be surprised.
Yeah, the Sidewalk End book, that was one of my favorite books to check out from the library. Do you remember checking out books from the library?
I still have those around.
We do? I'm just kidding. I know we have libraries.
Honestly, I still love... There are very few things that I missed more during the pandemic, which I'm now going to talk about liberally now that in the United States it's something resembling over.
I don't know.
At least in some states.
It's not... Okay, we can stop bringing it up and having it be like a political problem.
Oh, no, it's not a political problem. I'm talking about as a health crisis.
Sure.
And anyway, the number one thing that I missed, maybe not number one, but in the top 5, was going to the library, sitting there and reading. I love just reading in the library, where it's just quiet and cozy, and there's that book smell. I love that stuff.
That is the thing I miss the most about college is...
Absolutely.
I would go to the college and just hide in the library.
I went to NAU up in northern Arizona, and their library was 3 or 4 stories, and I remember going up to the top story where it was always just a little warmer than everywhere else because of the warm air rising, watching the snow falling through the little windows, and sitting there and studying. That's like one of my favorite memories of college. Wow, I was real lame in college. Back
in high school, I used to go... So I played the violin. I could not say that I play it today, but I played the violin back in high school, and they had these... rooms that you could play it in, sound rooms. I don't know what the official word is for that. That goes to show you how long it's been since I played.
Padding on the walls and stuff.
Yeah. Practice rooms, completely as soundproof as the school could afford. I would go in there, and that's where I would study in high school.
Yeah, nice and quiet. And yeah, going into bookstores and walking around. I remember going into like Barnes & Noble. I mean, Barnes & Noble was still around, obviously. But...
Yeah. Okay, so we got that pale ore. You said you wanted to go back to the beginning of the game because you think that something's over there now from the DLC?
Yeah. That's how you unlock Dark Troupe.
Yeah.
You got to go back behind where you started the game. I can roughly guide you there.
So what are some other quirks about growing up in the 90s?
How about foods? Foods that were around in the 90s that you remember that aren't around now.
Is there anything that was around in the 90s? It seems like a lot of that stuff would be nostalgic enough that they would have something.
Tons of things. Like, I remember there was a drink called Orbeez, and it was this clear liquid that had like little... It was basically, I think it might have been little tapioca balls or something in it.
Huh. I don't remember.
I bet they were small, so it was like smaller. Maybe it wasn't tapioca, but it was that same general idea, like something firm floating in something liquid.
Right.
And then, of course, you had Crystal Pepsi.
Remember when they tried to make like the new Coke or whatever, and it was a big backfire because nobody liked the taste?
So in the 90s, Coke pretty consistently was losing to Pepsi, and so they introduced something called New Coke that was basically Coke that tasted like Pepsi. And everybody hated it. And so they eventually abandoned it and relaunched the original formula, and that's when they started calling, if you look at a Coke can now, it's still called Coca-Cola Classic. They didn't call it Coca-Cola Classic until after they abandoned New Coke.
Bill Cosby was like one of the major advertisers for New Coke.
Was he?
Yeah, yeah. That was one of the big commercials that they had for it. It's funny stuff.
Man. Things sure change.
Yeah.
Although now that he's out of jail, maybe they'll bring him back.
What is it? Gosh, I can't even make a joke about that right now because I'm too busy playing Hollow Knight. Felon Coke is what I was going to say.
Felon Coke. Toilet Coke.
Right.
I don't know. Toilet Coke sounds like something slightly different in the context of a prison.
Oh, gosh. We should make fun of Bill Cosby on this stream.
I don't know. I feel like if we're allowed to make fun of anybody, Bill Cosby's on that list.
No. Go up, go up, go up. What is this? Okay, so that's broken, so I must have already been here. Let's look at my map. It doesn't say that I've gone through that hole in the top, so let's try that. Or I think that leads to the crossroads.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, is the crossroads infected now? Let's go find out.
I don't think so. What's the triggering event for the infection?
I don't know. I got the broken vessel. She's still... Nope, she's dead. She makes such a horrible sound when you kill her.
That always bummed me out when she went crazy.
Yeah.
She was so like enthused early on.
Sure. Yep. Nope. We're infected. I think it's when you kill the vessel. Is what triggers the. Oh, he explodes. I'm like watching him wiggle. I'm like, oh crap.
It's always funny in this game, like what enemies explode and which ones don't.
Right. I thought I just healed myself. I guess I didn't. Oh man, let's see what else. I thought this was a cool event in the game. I thought it was a great way to.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's neat when you can kind of change things up.
That was one of the things about ESA I thought was really cool, is that every time you did anything in the station, it changed the station like dramatically. And you can go that way, I guess. So we're gonna go check the beginning again, and then after that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try and kill the collector, and then we'll focus on. We need to go.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to send you up there, because there's an event in the Dark Troupe where you have to go around the map and gather things up, and the earlier you do that, the less annoying it's gonna be.
Yes, and then I want to get the collector so I can start that whole thing. I'm actually gonna go turn in the grubs that I've got so far. Oh, yeah, this place is so much more annoying when when it's infected, as cool as it is.
I mean, you get used to it.
Sure. I actually don't know if I've collected that many.
You've actually got a fair bit of money.
Yeah, I'm going to go down to the shop before I head to the surface again. Down to the...
That Reddit link I sent you when somebody's like, oh, I finally did it! And somebody's like, don't go back in that room.
That was the best. We're gonna get all the grubs just so we can see that. That is one of my goals for this stream, is to get all the grubs.
A classic moment in this game.
Also, I need to get enough grubs so we can get the nail upgrade item. Let's see here. I don't remember where you get blocked off. It might be this way.
I think it's up north. I think if you go in through down here, you'll be fine.
Okay. Like, I know that the map changes. This is one thing that people cite as a, quote, flaw of Hollow Knight, unquote. Is they don't like that the world changes, but I think it's cool.
I think if they didn't block off that one route, most people wouldn't have a problem with it. That's the thing they don't like.
Yes. I think that does boil down to it. The problem is,
it would be interesting to read if Team Cherry ever commented on why they made that design decision.
To change the route? Yeah, I don't know. Can you blow up? Okay, I guess you weren't close enough anyway. I just remember walking around in the heat a lot when I was a kid. That's something specific to Arizona.
Yeah.
Like walking to class and stuff. Biking places. You remember payphones?
People remember payphones.
Those whippersnappers and their their cell phones. Never had to make a collect call and be like, "I'm ready," or "What is your name?" "I am ready. Pick up now."
There was a commercial in the 90s, and
yeah, that was pretty good.
yeah,
people did that though. I did that.
I even still remember the phrase he uses. He was like, "Yes, collect call. My name's Paul. Last name, we oughta baby eats a boy." And he was like, "No, I won't accept the charges," and hangs up. And then the wife is like, "Who was that?" And he was like, "Oh, it was Paul. He had a baby. It's a boy."
Oh gosh, cell phones make things so much different and better. I don't know if it's better though. Like having the internet next to you.
Having a phone in your pocket is better. Having access to all information ever is probably not.
Well, if it was just information, it would be fine. The problem is it's not always good information.
Well, yeah.
But yes.
We used to think the problem was access to information. Turns out that wasn't the problem.
Ooh, I forgot that if I... let's see. I'm just going to buy everything. Just because we can. And I still don't have enough. Only need 4 more. Alright.
Go kill something.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and menu quit and see where my last checkpoint was. I don't remember what it was. Probably Crystal Peak somewhere. But it's better than walking back through the crossroads, so... Yep, Crystal Peak. That's okay, we can be at the Crystal Peak. Let's see. So we're at the bottom of the Crystal Peak.
I wonder if there's still
Let's go to
payphones in places that have bad cell. Are there any places that have bad cell coverage anymore? Probably.
Come to think of it, I don't know if I've seen payphones, period, for a while. It seems like those should still be around.
Yeah, I see them every once in a while. Usually in like old strip malls, and usually the receiver's been ripped off.
Yeah.
And that guy wailed on you.
Yeah, he did. Not at the top.
That's an annoying enemy. He's not asp annoying.
Nice thing about Metroidvania games is you don't have to be at the top of your game all the time, because sometimes you're just going places.
Yeah.
I remember one time...
That's kind of cool. They're gone in Germany, too. I guess that makes sense. I mean...
Seems like Germany would be like the first place to get rid of them, because they're usually on top of stuff.
Yeah, Germany, Japan.
Yeah.
Although apparently cell phone technology kind of lagged behind the rest of the world in Japan. Like, they really clung to, like, non-smartphones for quite a while.
Well, there was a big flip phone culture there, like, long before we had a flip phone culture, so...
Sure.
It makes sense to me that it would take a long time to get away from
my
that.
My last flip phone was a Moto Razr, and I remember that was, like, the phone to have.
Oh, wait, I should have got that secret up there. Dagnabbit. Oh, well, we'll get it next time. Right now, we're just going to start killing people because... Oh, we have to fight him if I do that. Cool, we'll do it. Let's do it. We're going to fight this guy.
I remember this fight not being too terribly difficult.
No, he's just throwing swords at you one at a time. Unless he gets, like, more aggressive as the fight goes on. I don't know. I'm making fun of his pattern, but he's, like, hurting him pretty bad.
He's wailing on you.
Yeah, I think he gets more aggressive. The only reason why I went this way is because I thought it was more interesting than going through the crossroads again.
If he kills you.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me. Whoop. He doesn't really give you an opportunity to heal. You just have to fight him. And no opportunity to heal means lots of opportunity to plaster him. Oh no, he gets really aggressive. Alright, I take it back. I shouldn't just stab random people.
He's like, this guy's a joke.
Oh gosh. Alright, let's just get out of here.
So, one of my quintessential 90s memories was my grandparents lived in San Diego, and I would come to visit in the summer. My cousin and I would walk down to the public library to quote-unquote checkout time on one of their computers to go on the internet and read information about new video games. And I remember the game that we looked up all the time was Chrono Cross.
Oh, yes, Chrono Cross. That was 2000s, wasn't it? Or 2000?
That was 99, I think.
Was it 99?
Yeah, because it was the summer of 98.
AKA the day that Lavos came. So I died on purpose so I could come up here and do this thing. That's why.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it was smart.
Really
super smart, yeah. Super smart of me to do that. It was just nice. I mean, I could have gone out to the menu and probably saved myself some more time, but... And it would appear that I need to do this. Oh, if I made a mistake.
I think this drops down into the... Yeah.
Do you think this drops down into the other area? Is that thing going to flip back? Fine, just spit at me. Gosh. Stop it. It's not very nice. Okay, it does turn around eventually. All right, so we just got to run past these things.
Yeah, it's a disappearing block, basically.
No, I mean...
Like when your little bugs can't get to you, so they just kind of spin incessantly around you.
I'm going to lose 900 Geo, and it's going to be funny. All because I stabbed somebody, just for no reason. This is the lesson of the week, guys. Don't just stab random people without learning about them first.
That's just good life advice.
Yes. This is life advice. We're talking about living in the 90s, and one of the things we learned from the 90s was not stabbing. Oh my gosh, that roly-poly just made me lose my Geo. Well, at least I don't have to worry about getting my soul back. That's okay. 900 Geo is nothing.
Good old
Good
classic.
life advice, yeah.
Losing the Geo.
You just pulled a classic dog barking at his own reflection.
No. So the reason I did that, Nick, was not because I'm terrible, but actually I wanted to get to that secret, but I wanted to have my full soul meter, and I didn't want to have to go down and to the guy I stabbed to get it back. That was...
Oh, that's smart. That's totally
so this is smart. I'm good at this game, Nick. Oh gosh.
We're well, I guess we're not running out of time.
No, we're not anywhere near running out of time.
I want you to unlock Grim Troupe today.
Yes, we'll try and get to that for today.
Give me my soul.
What we're here to provide. Classic life advice.
Classic life advice. And we're going down here. I actually don't remember this place, so that's good. I mean, I remember like platforming challenges like this. I just don't remember this place specifically.
Specifically, yeah. That's probably because everything in this game looks the same.
Yeah, exactly the same. We were just talking about Narel's reviews earlier. The infamous
like
Narel.
You're like, nope.
It's too bad you don't have the sound on for you. Oh no. Okay. Well, that could have gone worse.
Oh yeah, that could have gone way worse.
Why are they... No, get off. Those pokey flies are driving me crazy. Okay, they do break eventually.
They're top tier asps.
That's really all they are, is they're just crystal asps. Although this jerk is what killed me because I didn't see him down there.
He's like, oh, you back for more?
He's like, I heard you had 900 Geo just sitting over in the other room and you didn't go and get it back. This is why I don't consider, like, people that complain about the Geo system in this game. I don't consider it an illegitimate complaint. I think it's completely valid. That I couldn't just explore somewhere else without risking my Geo like that.
Right.
But as you see, I am doing it anyway. Because I do what I want, Hollow Knight. That looks like a thing. Let's do it. Is this going to be a boss, or is this just going to be a person that's grateful that I broke him?
It's like, I do not remember this for some reason.
No, I don't remember this at all. Oh, wait, this is... Oh. Yes, I did get this. but I do not remember it.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember getting this in... Huh.
Okay, cool. Although we're not done yet, because there's more to explore over there. I think.
No, I think this is where you were trying to get.
Yeah, so there's more to explore up here.
Wonder what's up here.
Grub. Was worth it. Dow. Even though I lost half of my grub money to just wasting it by stabbing a tombstone today.
Really, if you think about it, the collector is super dexterous to get these guys to all of these locations.
Yeah. He's a weirdo. Alright, so let's do the Grim Troupe thing, and then we'll look for the collector, and then I think that will be probably all the time we've got. Cool. Alright. Next thing we need to do is go down. Hopefully he's not still angry at me for stabbing him. And we're going to come back and fight him later. Oh, he scared me. Can we talk to him now? Stop there! Those who try to leave this kingdom are cursed! Better rest here until time itself stops. Hope and freedom, I thought the strength alone would grant me those things. Oh wait, I was supposed to do the voice.
In my dreams, I would cut that plague with my nails, and then I turned my weapons upon the king.
Okay, we're done reading this
Why does his voice go higher? Maybe it's deep?
Oh, so you can just challenge him.
Oh, just by talking?
No, I was just joking because that was the voice I did before.
Just all the bugs sound like that. I'm really impressed that all these bugs share a language. That's
Wait a
quite
minute.
the feat.
Oh, this isn't the tram. How come I had a picture of a tram there? Well, I mean, it is a tram, but it's not the tram.
I think it is. You have to pay for it. Well, it's the actual tram.
The bug horse is what I'm looking for. Where do we get that tram pass? I think it's in the deepness somewhere.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I probably should fight that guy, but let's go do the Grim Troupe thing and get the collector first. Okay, so the tram's up here. I wonder if I can get any prizes for the Dream Souls I've collected so far. Let's check that real quick while we're up here. While we're in the neighborhood, might as well see what she's up.
So I was thinking about shows from the 90s so we can continue our trend. So did you ever watch Stargate SG-1?
I did not. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I remember it being good and enjoying it. But that started in 1994.
Star Trek is what I was really into at the time.
What was it? I guess 90s was still TNG, wasn't it?
No, I think everything happened in the 90s. I think it was Enterprise that moved into the 2000s. Babylon 5 is something I really want to watch, and I was going to watch it, but then they took it off of Amazon Prime. Like, everybody's like, if you liked Deep Space Nine so much, they basically just ripped off Babylon 5, is what they would all tell me.
Kind of. I mean, they were both stations, and they both dealt with political intrigue.
Right.
But, I mean, I would say Babylon 5 was probably better written.
Well,
kind of campy,
at least they didn't have Super Saiyans fighting each other at the end. That was kind of ridiculous. Yeah. That was the only thing I really hate about Deep Space Nine. Other than that, I thought Deep Space Nine was great. I think it's my favorite of the Star Trek series. I'm going to leave that heart for later. So you sure this is where we have to go for the Grim Troupe? I have no idea.
I am, like, almost positive that
this
is where you go for the Grim Troupe.
I'm going the wrong ways. It's nice that I can kill things in one hit in this area. I'm gonna get hit by stalactites on our way out.
The thing I remember about Babylon 5 is that the guy that wrote it and directed it, I think, Straczynski, had like a whole plot arc planned out, and then they just made that, and then they stopped. Which, that doesn't really happen anymore. Alright, wait. Is this where you start?
Yep, that is where we start.
Okay, hold on. There's a way to get... Go to your map.
So I know that you can jump off off a cliff somewhere else, to get up there? I think it's in Green Path somewhere.
Oh, wait a minute. I think you need to get to the top of the mountain and then burst your way across. Like, surge your way across.
So the top of the mountain from over here?
From the right-hand side, on the other side of town.
Okay,
you have to take
give that a shot.
We unlocked the elevator, didn't we?
Yes. Okay, so you're saying I need to crystal across this right here.
I think. Well.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
Chasm here. Up.
Oh, should I have gone higher? Is that what you're saying?
Well, take the elevator up.
Whoa!
Remember, I'm watching on a delay, so you're still well, maybe not, because that's... Okay, I'm going to look this up. I know it's back there somewhere. Maybe you have to get there a different way.
No, don't do it. No, that's not happening. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead.
No, wait a minute. You can't get up the sidewall
Nope.
back at the starting point? You can't just go right up the sidewall?
Nope, but I do know you can jump off a cliff from over there, though, so I think that I need to go around a different direction. I think that the entrance is in Green Path somewhere. There's like a cliff.
Oh, you're right. There is a connection through Green Path. That must be how we have to get up in there.
Let's go to the collector, because that's where we're going to go.
I really think you should unlock Green Troupe. Or not Green Troupe.
All right. If this is what you want to do, we'll go to Green Path and we'll explore over there.
Because we don't really get anything for killing the collector, do we?
Yeah, we get the ability to see where all the dudes are. I mean, technically we can just search for those guys normally. It's just nice to have the marker for them. But it's cool. We're in Green Path now, so we'll... I think...
Yeah, you gotta stay kind of north.
Let's go to Lake of Un real quick because we're in the neighborhood.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look. Lake of...
Remember, we can swim in acid now.
Yeah. It's up here. I think that last room is how you get up there.
On the top right?
Yeah. Wait, go back to your map.
Okay, so top
Yeah,
right.
see that little space up there where you didn't go when it went up and to the right?
Yeah.
That's where you need to go.
I'm guessing that's where I need to go. But I can swim in acid now, so I can go get the Mark of Un, which is one of my favorite marks, so...
Oh, yeah.
Or one of my favorite charms.
Like he's just like, I love acid.
That's the one where you can turn into a snail while you heal, and it's super nice.
Wait, I must not have used that.
No, I used it. It's good stuff. I should probably turn on the dash. What is this thing? I want to kill it. Bye-bye.
That's just chilling up there.
Oh, he's dead now. He's not chilling if he's
You
dead.
actually got a journal entry for that. Or monster log.
I don't know. Do you get anything for completing the bestiary?
I think so.
We went to the trouble of getting the acid thing earlier today, so we might as well use it, right? Why? What's the point of unlocking that shortcut? Pointless shortcut. Let's see.
Let's see. Completing the bestiary gives you the hunter's mark.
Oh, okay.
And
you do get a thing. Wait a minute. What is this place? What's going on over here? Alright, so the secret needs to be somewhere right up. How did I miss that? Did that just appear just now? Or did I just walk past it last time?
I don't know.
Anyway, Shape of It is nice. It turns you into a snail. I think with the base charm, it just protects you while you're healing, and it has like a certain threshold of damage it can take. And then there's another one you can combine it with that lets you move while you're healing, and it's extremely useful against some bosses.
So you can just kind of slide around.
Yeah. So, nope, he doesn't seem to do anything.
Oh, and apparently the hunter's mark doesn't do anything.
So it's an achievement item. Sometimes they do that. Oh, one of the things I wanted to bring up was overhead projectors. Do you remember overhead projectors?
They were the bread and butter of most of our teachers.
I was thinking about like the cost of buying those.
I mean, it was basically a light box with a couple of mirrors on it.
Yeah, it was. So I guess it couldn't have been that expensive, but the cost of...
We've actually still got a few overhead projectors.
The cost of making transparencies, though, I can only imagine is high. Maybe not.
I mean, what I remember, like the quintessential memory of overhead projectors was just a clear piece of plastic that they would write with erasable markers on.
Right.
And then they put that on the projector.
This is before whiteboards were like super major.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, you basically had chalkboard that they didn't use often, and then the overhead projector.
Chalkboards are terrible. Nobody likes chalkboards.
Chalkboards.
Still used in some places.
Some people prefer writing with chalk.
Well, you know, some people just like doing things that they're used to.
I remember there's a special kind of chalk that mathematicians loved using, and then they stopped making it, and people started buying up what was left and were paying just ridiculous amounts of money for boxes of chalk sticks.
Great. All right, we're going this way. If I remember correctly, this didn't really have anything in it the first iteration.
Yeah, there's...
Like when this game originally came out. I played it after some of the DLC had been released, but not... Grim Troupe was the one... It was right before Grim Troupe that I'd finished this game and reviewed it.
What is the downside of DLC?
Yes. I wonder if DLC is part of the reason why this game is still, like, constantly... Oh. Fine.
Woo!
Take one out quick. Alright, here down.
You know, I liked the shotgun badge for your ranged attack.
Yeah. Spell builds are interesting.
Yeah, because they're definitely not the most popular.
Not the most popular for me either, like...
In any game?
You know, you have infinite ammo on your sword. And most of the time I'll go for an infinite ammo build above any build that has any kind of cost to it. Balder shell, that's what it is. No. So you turn into a slug with the shape of Un, and that lets you move. But if you do the slug and the Balder shell, then it gives you... you turn into a snail. That's what it is, I think.
Is the Balder... I always found the Balder shell not super useful because it would break so easily.
Do not have a map for this area.
I wish there were more synergies with the badges. I think that would have been cool.
This isn't where we came in, right? I just want to make sure I'm progressing. No, I think we're progressing.
Yeah, we got to get out to like the... Oh yeah, Howling Cliffs. So if I remember correctly, it's like a thing off to the right, like a little alcove.
I'm so glad I had the Gathering Swarm. So nice. I think I said that already. But I'm going to say it again, because it's true. And truth is worth repeating. Okay, I hear you. You seem like you're really close. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Those blasted plains stretch never-ending. There is no world beyond. But why would you only tell this to the higher beings? Those foolish enough to traverse the void must pay the toll and relinquish their precious mind that this kingdom grants. That's the lore.
That's interesting. I don't remember that. So it's the kingdom itself that gives the bugs here sentience?
Yeah, that's where that lore comes from, which makes it interesting about Silksong, because I'm pretty sure it's a different kingdom. But I guess there's nothing to say that says that you couldn't have whatever's causing it appear somewhere else.
Sure. I know there's a map you can get here, too.
Yeah, I could hear the dude just now. Oh. There he is. Give me that map.
The first step when it comes to the Grim Troupe quest in Hollow Knight is heading to the Howling Cliffs. Once you arrive at the Howling Cliffs, you'll need to seek out a breakable wall. The breakable wall reveals a secret pathway, once broken, that heads off to the right. Follow the path until you reach a dead end and an insect corpse.
Okay, well, we've already found one secret wall. Seems like that should be a secret. I'm not wearing my long nail right now, and I feel so short.
Long nail is very nice.
Get the one that makes it the longer nailer. I don't remember what it's called, but there's... Oh gosh, I am in trouble. I should probably heal. Should probably heal. Yeah, it's a bit of a walk back. That's big. That's a bigger issue. I'm less worried about the geo than I am about the walk back. These are even easy enemies. That's the worst part. Oh, butterflies. Get out of here, flies. So glad I have an upgraded nail. I want to say there's something off to the left. Nope. Just damage. Okay. So what was the worst part about living in the 90s? Like, most of it, there's some nostalgia to it. There's a certain charm to it. What's something that you just absolutely do not miss from living in the 90s?
The fact that I was alive in the 90s, and that means I'm 38 now.
I don't know if that counts.
Oh, you mean a thing from the 90s?
A thing from the 90s, yes. Oh, yeah, this is the butterfly room. I remember the butterfly room.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, yeah, this is Joni's blessing. I actually used this on the final boss. Oh, hi, Joni. I see you bear my blessing. I can't remember giving it, but my memory is a little lacking of late. Okay, we're going to totally just eat you now. Oh, he was only worth one? Poor Joni. Still the soul.
Yes.
Not being able to call people. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had payphones.
I kind of wish we could go back to that sometimes. I kind of miss, like, going for a drive and not being bothered. Ever. Like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's probably easier to focus on things.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, but that's a good thing. There were no bad things in the 90s.
I wouldn't give up my cell phone, but I do kind of miss that day. We already got this, right? Yeah, okay. So obviously this isn't the right way.
Oh,
So,
wait. Go back to your menu.
Uh-huh.
Or your map. I didn't realize you had the map.
Yes.
Hold on. And then I have to catch up. All right. See that little pokey out room down below?
Yes. That's where Connect. I'm going to go sit at the bench so I can get the map updated.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. But that's down where it is.
There's a bench over here, so it's probably a good bench to rest at, too, in case if we end up dying.
Probably a good idea.
I wouldn't give up my cell phone, but I like the silence. Anyway, go on.
I was going to say the internet, while it had advantages because it was missing some things that I view as toxic, it also was severely lacking. I mean,
It's a pain to use.
If I wanted to watch, I don't know, Beast Wars, I couldn't go immediately watch it. This is a boss fight, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was not going to attack him until I touched the bench.
Oh, yeah. I guess lost kids were more of a threat.
That's true. I kind of liked being lost, though, as a kid. Hey, it's the nail master.
Being a kid, and one of the greatest things ever was, oh yeah, he teaches you a new technique.
Yeah, the thing I never use.
What is it, the charge spin or something?
Why would you say no to this? Or do we have to fight him? Is that the problem?
No. I don't think so.
No, we just have a little cutscene. Cool cutscene. Cyclone Slash. Yeah, it's the charge attack I never use. all of these are charge attacks, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I never really used the charge attacks.
How does a guy who like practices sword technique end up that heavyweight? Maybe it's just the way he's built.
I think he's supposed to be old at this point.
One nice thing about those nail techniques is they don't cost magic, so that's nice. Okay, let's go fight the dog. Because I like killing dogs in games. Sif, this dog.
Yeah, dogs are the worst.
Ascend, ascend, ascend! Oh, we do have to actually fight him. I thought I'd like go into an arena if I pushed yes, but I guess not.
Nah, he just shows up. I remember this being not too bad.
Well, they all have very predictable patterns.
I like how varied the bosses are in this game. Like, it's gotta be challenging to come up with this many very different types of bosses. I wonder if that's what's holding up Silksong.
Could be. Well, they did just blow all their ideas on this, so that's always the worry about anything coming out that's new. Is have they hit their limit?
Yeah, have they dredged the bottom of the creativity barrel?
Right. Whoops. Okay, that didn't cause any problems. I should probably heal that thing, but I feel like I'm gonna get hit if I try and heal, so as long as I'm not like hurt very much, I'm gonna go ahead and just let this guy do his thing. There we go.
Just throwing.
Technically the other guy probably wasn't that hard either. I was just making it harder on myself than I needed to.
Sure.
How much is it? How much is it? Wow, a full 100. Yikes. Okay, so...
Oh, yeah. So you have to go to that little notch. You see what I'm talking about?
Let me go back. Little notch. Not in Joni's Repose.
No. Like, where I'm putting my mouse right now that you can't see. So you see where we came in? The area right above where we came in, down below.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's like a little chair-shaped thing that's sitting on its side.
Yes. $100. I think it's $200 to get the pure or the nail upgrade material. Oh, there's a wall here. Check it out.
Oh man, I wonder where this leads.
So something I did not like from the 90s that I do not miss. It's hard to say. Like the lack of cell phones is everybody's saying that, but oh, hi. You look gross. Corpse of a large bug. Well, I know what we do with corpses. Did that do anything?
Hold on. Let me make sure that's what you have to do.
There's a light in the other room, so I think we already triggered it. So this is different. Aha! Wait, what?
You have to light this somehow?
Maybe we don't have what we need because we haven't...
Oh, you just strike it.
Oh! The one thing I haven't tried. It's a lot of fire.
And now we just head back to town.
Cool. That's it?
Yeah, now it shows up. You lit the beacon. The beacons have been lit.
Oh, okay. So now we'll see the things like flying around now, or?
No, you have to go back and talk to the guy in town. And
I
that
gotcha.
starts this quest.
Neat.
I don't remember if you have to fight a boss first. If you do, that'll probably be a good way to close it out.
Yeah, well, we got 10 minutes at this point, so it's either that boss or we're going to try and get to the collector in 10 minutes, which I highly doubt we could pull off at this point. Although I said we couldn't do something before, and we did it, so...
You can't possibly beat the game before we run out of time.
The only way you can know is if you try. Only one way.
You know what I didn't like in the 90s? That the console wars were actually a real thing and people believed in them unironically. Like, they hated Sega or they hated Nintendo.
Well,
that was
yeah.
stupid.
I think that has to be. I think that has more to do with being children and less to do with the console wars being
Yeah, I guess that's true.
real. I think it's just the people you talk to now are not children. And
But by and large, I feel like it's not as big a deal now. Like, I feel like Sony versus Microsoft on the by and large, nobody's like, Microsoft is so much better than Sony. Sony's awful.
yeah. I don't know. I think you can still find people that say that. Oh, I guess we're falling now. What the heck?
No.
Okay, well, let's go talk to the elder. Whoa. What has happened?
I told you.
Okay, so it didn't like take over the entire town.
No. Yeah, I think the big tent's where you have to go.
Speak to master.
I think this also unlocks the.
Oh, this is the boss.
Oh, you probably should have slept on the.
I probably should have. That's exactly what I'm thinking right now.
I don't know if you actually fight him this time. Maybe you do.
And this guy's everywhere, all over social media.
You fight him several times.
Let's see. The lantern has been lit and your summon's heated. Sorry if I'm not reading it. I'll leave it up long enough. Some illumination is required. So we have the Grim Child. Do we actually have to equip this thing?
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's a pain in the neck.
It's a pet build.
Oh, neat. But you have to equip it in order to gather the things.
You do.
Oh. Well, that's annoying.
And that's why it's good to take care of it now, because otherwise, if you wait till late game, you have to then go all around the map and gather up what you need.
Do they show up on the map?
Maybe. Oh, yeah. And then they have this lady who will actually let you turn the breakable charms into unbreakable charms.
Neat.
It's very expensive.
Well, it's something to do with Geo in the end game, I guess. What am I missing as far as money goes? This guy. I guess I can buy some marks. I don't really have much left to spend Geo on in town. Guess we'll just start buying this stuff. Stagway's fine. Cocoons. Sure, why not? Whispering pins, why not? Cool. Spend all our money, and let's try and get the collector. We have 8 minutes. If nothing else, we can at least get to his house.
True. I believe in you.
If I remember where his house is, which is going to be a problem. City King Station, I think, is closest. We have to go. We have to go into the sewers, if I remember correctly. Need some more charm notches. I should look up where those are and try and hunt those down. I mean, if I really wanted to get my nail upgraded, I could go to the deep nest, because I know there's one there. Get out of here. I don't know if that's a fast way down there or not. I don't think it is. Might be. We'll go this way, though.
Wait, don't you go down and below? Like down through the water?
Oh, shoot. I think I want to go to the right here, don't I? Like, you want to come up to the right side of the... I believe it's on the right side of the city.
Yeah, but it's... But I think you... I feel like from King Station, you go down, just down that main corridor right outside the station, and then to the right. But I might be remembering a different area.
You may be right. We'll get this while we're here, I guess. Collect a few of these red orbs. Can you even call these orbs? They're like...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a 2D plane. They might be orbs.
Yeah. 2D platformer isms. We need these as well to get all the nail upgrades, So, if I remember correctly, the dream nail was something they added later in the game.
Really?
I think so.
They added all the dream fights later? Jeez.
A lot of the dream fights were added later, but I don't know if all of them were. So the ability to teleport, like you can make a teleportation spot, that was added with DLC. I know that much.
It's a nice boon.
Yeah. But I guess they would have had to have had all of this stuff in the game originally, otherwise they couldn't have had the true ending.
Yeah.
I want to say that you go... Like, where is the Coliseum of Fools? I thought this is how you get to it.
No, that's all the way up. That's up in the mountain, isn't it? I think you take the elevator up to the Coliseum, don't you?
No, that leads up to the crossroads. So there's no exit. So there's no exit from the King Station.
No, there is. See that little room?
Okay, let's...
Underneath the save point? That passes through, if I remember correctly.
Does
There's
it?
a secret down there.
All right, let's check it out.
I might be remembering a different area.
It could
Since
be.
everything in this game looks the same.
We don't have that much time left anyway, so we might as well try.
Yeah.
Cool thing about Hollow Knight is we can play to the last minute and just quit because it saves automatically.
True.
You don't have to worry about stuff. So I came down here before, and there isn't anything down here. Remember, this is like one of the things we came to first today.
No, so you can't keep going in the water down there?
No, you can. You remember better than me, but I think it might just be a dude.
No, there's a whole area over here.
Cool.
This is how you get there, I think.
Yeah, that is the best thing about Hollow Knight, is that it's Hollow Knight. There's a few people on the Metroidvania Discord that are just so sick and tired of hearing about Hollow Knight.
I mean, I can understand that.
Okay, this is the collector's room. Cool.
Oh, I remembered that like a boss.
Yeah, you did. How did we get in here? Tower of Love.
Oh, you might have to go around the outside.
That might be it. I do not remember this clearly.
Oh, and I think climbing this area to the right, you can keep going up, and I think that's what leads to the Colosseum.
Yes, I remember it being by the Colosseum.
Yeah, Kingdom's Edge.
Wanderer's Journals, aka Death Protection. I like these fat bugs. They're just so satisfying to take down.
Yeah, they're like big bug cows.
The cow bug. Dugong, dugong.
Oh yeah, because the Colosseum's up above, and that's why dead bodies are raining down, because they drop the corpses down below.
Yeah. Such great environmental storytelling.
And I like that you're walking through this area that looks like snow, and then you find out it's the decaying remains of a giant bug.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you were close.
I think...
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get to him today.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think there's any way to get around here, so...
Well, I think you can go to the right, and then it'll wrap back around up.
Yeah, we should do the beehive next time.
Oh, the Beehive added a boss fight that you haven't done yet.
Oh, cool. Well, we have Eastmas Tier, so we can go through this. Apparently you can beat the game without Eastmas Tier. It's completely optional.
Always good in my book.
Yeah, yeah. Optional movement upgrades, even if you count that as a movement upgrade.
There's a fairly challenging Hornet fight over here somewhere.
Yes, well that's game progress right there. Or at least secret ending progress. If you call it the secret ending at this point anymore. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Hornet fight's like right around the corner here.
Yeah. Because I feel like to get the collector, you go up and to the left, and then you have to like drop down controlled. It's on like the far wall.
These bugs remind me of the Zelda 2
the
enemies.
hoppy bugs.
Yeah. Like
And then there's the giant hoppy bugs.
Yeah, I remember the giant hoppy bugs being a pain.
Yeah. Yeah, collector's over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Although I think you're going too high at this point.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, let's find out. If nothing else, maybe we'll find the
big
bench.
ones you have to use finesse.
Nope. Well, if I can't even get finesse right on the little ones, I don't stand a chance. I need to get the black soul attack because it's just not hacking it anymore. Beginning of the game, it's like really good, and then it's like it drops off. Yeah. Whoa. Do you guys just keep producing? Oh gosh. Okay, that's not an exit. Maybe we'll unlock a shortcut or something. I think we just unlocked a shortcut, but I don't know where this is.
You forgot to equip the Dark Troupe charm. There's actually one of the things you need to collect in this area.
Oh, great. Alright, so this leads up. This is the... Okay. Alright, so we unlocked the shortcut, so we accomplished something. Now we can go down from there. Whoops.
Yeah, it feeds in from up above here.
Cool.
You got to drop. You come in, drop down. But we're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time. I'm just going to go run to the bench real quick and then switch on that Grim Troupe thing real quick, and then we'll call it.
Sounds good.
It won't be long, Nick, I promise.
Oh, we're fine.
I know you got places to be and people to see. You have to pay
popular guy.
Have to pay your loan shark today.
Yeah, I don't want my legs to get broke.
Not this time anyway. It's expensive. What am I doing?
Up, down.
You know what? I'm just gonna do it this way. Wherever I am, it's probably not gonna be that far to get to a station, so we got the shortcut, so we should be good.
Yeah.
I just want to equip the Grim Troupe thing now because if I don't, I'm going to forget and then I'm going to regret it later. Okay, what do we got here? So we want to dump. Where's the Grim Troupe thing? Is it only one notch? 2 notches? Are you kidding me? I'm scared of the Soul Twister.
It's part of the challenge.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's cool. All right. I now have a little friend. I think that's a good.
Oh, he's so little and cute.
Good place. This is going to be a good screenshot for the thumbnail for the YouTube version of this. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you have any requests for next week's, I think we already had an idea for next week's topic of choice. I hope that you had fun talking about the 90s. I know that we talked a lot about Hollow Knight too, but if you have any requests for the topic for next week while we explore, let us know. Besides that, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.